Welcome to Take Notice. I'm your host, Dan Lawson. We all spend more time on freeways than we want to. Bay Area traffic is a real challenge. Imagine the job of the California Highway Patrol. That's what we're doing today, talking to the California Highway Patrol. The CHP is a very diverse agency that performs many different duties, ranging from patrolling the streets to protecting the governor. Our guest today, Arturo Montiel, is the Public Information Officer from the Redwood City office of the CHP, and we'll be talking about changing rules and regulations that govern the roads and how to stay safe this winter. Welcome, Officer Montiel. It's great to have you here.
Thank you, Dan.
Good. So to start off with, especially with the whole trend with electric vehicles, we understand that in 2019 the HOV stickers are going to change. Is that correct?
Correct.
And could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so basically the green and white stickers are going to be valid until January 1st, 2019. And then after that, we're going to go into a red sticker. And also we're going to have a purple sticker. So these are going to be stickers that are going to be available for qualifying vehicles. And then you can actually look at the website to see if your vehicle qualifies for that sticker.
Great. And so you can go right on the website and then update yourself.
Correct.
Do you know if they're getting notices at all?
I don't know. No.
Okay. But that's good advice.
Correct.
Check the website. That's always the first place to go. How about DUI requirements? Have they changed for Lyft and Uber drivers at all? Yes.
So basically, before it used to be the .08, which is the legal limit for any driver on the road except for commercial vehicles. Because of the fact that Uber and Lyft drivers are transporting passengers, the limit is now going to be .04, or actually is .04.
Oh, half. That's what it should be.
Yes, exactly.
Now, speaking of DUIs, CHP runs periodic checkpoints, like many local jurisdictions too, law enforcement jurisdictions. How does that actually work?
So basically what we do is we set up a checkpoint. We don't tell the public when it is until, by law, we have to tell them 48 hours prior to when it's going to happen. We'll notify media, and then they'll be able to put it out to the public, and we also put it on our Twitter and Facebook pages. Then 2 hours prior to the checkpoint actually taking place, we'll notify people where it's going to be. So
good. And so the tickets, they're pretty expensive, as well as other tickets too. So where does the money go from these tickets?
Exactly. So a lot of it goes to restitution, goes to the courts, goes to a lot of different areas. But I mean, a lot of times people worry about how much it's going to cost them to get a DUI, but really the main thing is going to be what are the other consequences. You got injury, you got to go to jail, you're hurting somebody else, you're putting other people's lives at risk. So basically I wouldn't be too worried about the money. I mean, money comes and goes. It's just really what could happen. You pretty much end your life right on the spot, because once you have a DUI, I mean, your life changes drastically.
Lose your job, not to mention somebody's life. Yeah. Do you guys have a quota? I got to ask that question.
Yeah, everybody asks that question.
I got to ask that question.
So, a lot of times people see us working on the roads, and it happens to be either towards the end of the month, and the officers are just trying to meet their quota. It's good to know that the CHP does not have a quota. We never have. What we do have is a daily activity report that our sergeants want to make sure that we are doing something throughout the day. I mean, we are getting a salary, right? And we are working for the state of California and serving the people, so they want to make sure that we're actually doing something. So that includes taking a collision report, assisting motorists on the road. Sometimes it could be directing traffic. I mean, we could be stuck in an area where a tree fell down and we're directing traffic for 8-10 hours. Right. So basically, as long as we're doing something, they are happy with what we're doing. Now, a lot of times people say, well, you have a quota and you have to reach a certain amount because you're trying to make money for the CHP. The thing is that the money that you pay when you go to court goes to the city or the county that we wrote the citation in. So actually that money does not go to the CHP. The only time we actually get a small amount of from the public will be when you pay your registration. So if your registration has expired, you better believe we're going to stop you, because we're going to get a small amount out of that for the CHP.
Now, I was in law enforcement for many years too. We never had a quota, but the bosses rightfully so, need to know whether we're out there doing our job.
Exactly. I mean, they want you got to be accountable. You got to be doing something. I mean,
Right.
if you're going to be out sleeping somewhere, then it's
Right.
probably not going to be good, right?
No, not a good thing.
So yeah, and we want to be active and helping
Right.
the community.
And just keeping people safe. I think
Exactly.
that's what we all understand so much about the CHP is safety. Yeah.
Yeah. And if we had a quota, we wouldn't be able to say that, hey, I stopped you for this because no.
Right, right.
No, right. So.
Right. So the CHP is officers have very varied backgrounds. How about your background? Can you tell us a little bit about how you got involved with the CHP?
Yeah. So I used to be a service manager at a banking institution,
Wow.
and I was there until they opened the academy, and I was able to apply, and the rest is history.
Quite
So
a
I've been-
change.
I've been around for 11 years.
Yeah. Good. Well, good to have you.
Yeah.
And lastly, is the CHP recruiting? I know that many law enforcement agencies across the country are having a hard time recruiting officers now.
Yeah. So at this point, I mean, our academy is continuously open. Like when I applied, the academy was closed, so we didn't need as many officers. Now that we have a lot of officers retiring, we got the baby boomers, so we are constantly hiring. And for every 100 people that apply, about one will actually make it to the academy. So there's very slim pickings, and then we are very strict as to who we accept, and you got to pass rigorous background investigation and all that. And then once you get to the academy, about 30 to 40% of the people that go through the academy never actually graduate. So
Wow.
yeah, and then once you graduate and go into your you start the job, about 10% will not finish their training as an officer. So
Many are called, but few are chosen.
exactly.
Well, thanks so much. This has been very informative. The California Highway Patrol does an outstanding job supporting safe travel throughout California. They are the first to respond to every kind of an emergency and problem, from massive pileups to stray sofas. We all need to thank them. And thank you, our viewers. Have a safe day.